You have a photo of yourself at 8 months old. You are laughing. Someone is holding you. You have no idea who took that picture. You have no idea what happened 5 minutes before it or 5 minutes after. And here is the strange part. You were there. You were fully conscious. Your eyes worked. Your ears worked. You felt hunger, comfort, fear, joy. But none of it stayed. Why does your brain erase the first years of your own life? Scientists have a name for this. It is called infantile amnesia. Sigmund Freud noticed it over a century ago, though his explanation for it turned out to be wrong. He thought children repressed early memories because they were too disturbing to keep. Modern research tells a very different story. Your brain was not hiding those memories from you. It never built them in the first place. To understand why, you have to understand what a memory actually is. A memory is not a video file sitting in storage waiting to be replayed. It is a network of connections between brain cells built and strengthened over time. And the part of your brain responsible for building that network, the hippocampus, is not finished when you are born. It is still under construction. Think of it like a construction site, trying to file paperwork before the filing cabinets exist. Psychologist Patricia Bauer has spent decades studying exactly this. Her research shows that toddlers can form memories. They can recall an event days or even weeks later. But those early memories are fragile. They decay far faster than memories formed later in childhood. The hippocampus is developing new neurons rapidly during infancy, a process called neurogenesis. And every new neuron that gets wired in can disrupt the old connections around it. Your brain, in its rush to grow, was quietly overwriting itself. Here is a question worth sitting with. If those memories were real when they happened, where did they go? The honest answer is that most of them were never stored in a retrievable way to begin with. Your brain during infancy is busy learning something more urgent than facts and events. It is learning how the world works, gravity, faces, language, cause and effect. Building a stable timeline of this happened, then that happened comes later. Once the hardware catches up, that timeline requires something else too. Language. Researcher Carol Peterson has shown that children's ability to talk about their past is closely tied to how well they remember it years later. A child who has the words to describe an event, "We went to the beach," "The dog ran into the water," is far more likely to retain that memory into adulthood than a child who experienced the same event but couldn't yet narrate it. Memory, it turns out, likes a story. Without language to hold the pieces together, an experience can just slip through. So when does the fog actually lift? For most people, the earliest memories that survive into adulthood date back to around 3.5 years old. Before that, almost everything is gone. Psychologist Nora Newcomb has studied this cutoff extensively, and her work suggests it is not a hard wall but a gradual fade. Memories from age 2 are rare and hazy. Memories from age 4 are more common and more detailed. Your brain was not flipping a switch. It was slowly tuning in. There is something almost unsettling about this. You spent your first 3 years as a person, forming attachments, learning to walk, hearing your name spoken thousands of times, and almost none of it left a trace you can access. But there is a hopeful way to look at it too. Those years were not wasted. They shaped you. The hippocampus may not have kept the receipts, but your brain absorbed the patterns. The trust you learned to feel, or the anxiety, the rhythms of comfort and response, all of that got built into you at a level deeper than memory. You don't remember learning to feel safe. You just are or you aren't, and either way, it started before your first memory did. Think about your own child or a child you know. They will not remember this year. Not the birthday party, not the trip to the park, not the bedtime stories, and yet none of it disappears without consequence. It becomes the foundation the rest of their memories get built on top of. You are, in a very real sense, still standing on ground you cannot see. This also explains something odd about how adults misremember their own childhoods. Because the earliest years are blank, your brain sometimes fills the gaps with borrowed material. A vivid memory of your 3rd birthday might actually be a memory of a photograph, or of your parents describing the day so many times that their story became indistinguishable from your own experience. Your mind isn't lying to you on purpose. It's just doing what it always does, filling silence with the best available signal. So the next time you look at a baby picture of yourself and feel nothing, no recognition, no pull of nostalgia, know that this is not a failure of your mind. It is proof that your mind was doing exactly what it needed to do at the time, building itself first. recording later, and somewhere in that gap between building and recording, the earliest version of you disappeared not because it was erased, but because it was never meant to last. Tonight, when you close your eyes, your brain will file away today the same way it filed away everything else since you were 3 or 4. Most of today will fade too, but right now, in this exact moment, you are more awake to your own existence than you were for the first 3 years you were alive.